If you have ever suffered the pain of an ingrowing toenail, you will know how awful it can be. But if you think that's bad, take a look at this. Like most farmers, Rob and Dave spend a lot of time with their animals, so they're always quick to spot when something is wrong. And when shearing their ram Grizzly Bear, Dave discovered an issue. Valais sheep are well known for their big spirally horns. They certainly look impressive, but they can also be problematic.
You can see at the side of Grizzly's face, the horn's twisted round and it's just rubbing against his cheek. And it's actually quite difficult for him to see as well.
If it's not attended to, Bear's overgrown horn could make the nasty sore on his cheek even worse. So the boys have sprayed the wound with a blue antibiotic treatment and called in Yorkshire vet Matt Smith to see if he can help.
So you're going to take the horn off then, Matt?
So, literally where you guys are holding him, I'm just going to cut right through that horn. It'll be nice and even and he'll be able to see where he's going again. So I'm going to go about up there.
It might look a bit brutal, but this won't hurt Bear at all.
That's good, I've got a good momentum going.
Sheep's horns are made of keratin, just like our fingernails. And, like our fingernails, there's no feeling in them.
Aye, it's a thick one. Get my forearms working.
It's lucky you're a regular gym goer, Matt.
Can I say, those deadlifts are paying off.
Talking of workouts, Bear's a big lad, and it's taking all of Rob and Dave's strength to hold him still.
We're nearly there now. Right, there we go.
With the horn removed, Matt gets a good look at the sore.
Now it's gone, a good clean up, a scrub and a spray, I think that'll heal grand. And I think he looks a bit shocked that they can see out of here again.
Yeah.
To stop the same thing happening on the other cheek, Matt's going to remove Bear's other horn as well.
Nearly there.
That's it. Good lad.
Good job. Really good job.
You can see everyone and everything now.
Losing his horns may take Bear a little time to get used to, but at least they're not causing him trouble anymore.
That went really well. There was no blood, no problems at all. Bear was good.
I'm really glad we saw that when we did. If we'd left it any longer, it'd have been a real problem. I'm just pleased for Bear. He can live his best life now.
Poor old Bear, bless him. He does look a little bit underdressed without these, doesn't he? But clearly it had to happen. I mean, you can see there where it was rubbing on his face and where the wound spray has gone. You were lucky to catch this, weren't you?
We caught it just in the nick of time, Jules. Bear's a young tup, his horns are growing, his skull's growing. The two came together and thankfully Matt was able to take the horns off and make him much happier.
Is it a common problem, though, with horn breeds, Dave?
It can be, yeah. I mean, when you're shearing sheep, which we did with Bear, you give them the once-over, you check them over to make sure they're all right. And that's when I noticed the horn was slightly rubbing his cheek. So we did catch it just in the nick of time.
It's a real shame, Jules, in a way. We can no longer take him to a show, but it's what needed to happen for his well-being.
So what would have happened if you hadn't have been shearing him?
Well, if he'd have stopped eating, if he wasn't feeling very well, then, you know, it would have been quite obvious.
Clearly, you've taken this decision reluctantly, because that was, you know, Bear's thing, wasn't it? But how is he doing in terms of his well-being? Did the vet have to do anything once the horns came off?
Not really, Helen. He simply cleaned the wound up, put a bit of antiseptic spray on, and Mother Nature did the rest. He's absolutely fine now. He's a happier animal.
He's definitely different, isn't he? He seems more chilled out.
He's a nicer animal. His temperament is a lot better. I think it helps because he can actually see where he's going on this left-hand side. The horn was stopping the view a little bit.
Right.
But dare I ask, is it possible that they will grow back as magnificently as the originals?
Afraid not, Jules. They'll grow a little bit, but they're not going to grow in the shape like that.
It's a good job he hasn't got a mirror, really.
Stop being harsh. I think he looks great. What are you going to do with those horns?
Well, I wondered, Helen, whether they might make a nice pair of earrings.
Yeah, maybe.
Or maybe the handle for a stick or something like that.
Oh, now then.
I think a shepherd's crook.
Oh, careful. You're going to talk yourself into a Rob and Dave challenge. All seems quiet in the countryside. Sheep gently grazing, a picture of pastoral bliss. But there's a problem with the poultry, and Rob and Dave are taking no chances.
All the poultry on our farm have to be brought inside by law. Bird flu is running rife around the country. It's a serious thing, We've got to do our bit by making sure our chickens cannot pass bird flu on to anything else.
We've managed to catch up most of the chickens, but we've got 3 on the loose. We've got Butch, Sundance and Billy the Kid.
These avian outlaws are holed up somewhere on the farm, but can Sheriff Rob and his trusty sidekick Deputy Dave track them down?
There's 2 of us, there's 3 of them. We're outnumbered.
We're not outgunned though, we're going to catch those pesky chickens.
Any sign of them, Dave?
No, nothing in here. They're not in here.
And just when the lads think the chickens have made a great escape...
Here we go. Right, Deputy, get round there. Come on.
Caught red-handed. It's high noon for these rootin' tootin' roosters.
Which one are you getting? Here, I've got it.
The old magic.
Billy the Kid. Nice.
Lockdown looms for Billy. An eagle-eyed Deputy Dave has found the other 2 outlaws trying to hide amongst their farmyard friends.
We've got our goat posse. They've rounded them up, Rob. All we have to do is go and catch them.
Careful. Don't foul it up, Dave.
1, 2, 3. Yep. Oh, Rob.
Flipping egg.
You ready? Steady, steady, steady,
White
steady.
one for you.
No.
You've never missed it.
Well, I'm going for the white one.
Oh, God.
Got it.
There we go.
Butch, Sundance, you're going to chicken jail.
That's all 3 apprehended, and they'll stay cooped up till the bird flu outbreak has passed. Thankfully, though, the lads have come up with a plan to keep them occupied.
Our chickens have gone into lockdown, and we know it can be boring, it can be tough. It can be tough, it can be stressful. So we're going to give them some things to take their mind off it.
And what treats they've got in store. There's everything a quarantined cockerel could want in here.
My sheepdog Pip has solved this puzzle so many times she's bored with it. So I thought these chickens could make use of this. I'm getting some peanut butter, I'm putting it in there, it's full of protein, it's great for the feathers. I'm putting some mealworms in as well. Then I'm going to stash them in there, cover it up, and those chickens are going to peck, 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 peck until they've worked their way in, and they're going to eat the mealworms, and they're going to be thrilled.
Dave's going veggie with his creation.
I know, Rob, Butch and Sundance love cauliflower, but Billy the Kid isn't that keen.
How do you know that?
Right? I've just watched him. So,
You haven't cooked for him.
I'm going to give him a bit of his favourite cabbage. There's no chicken in the country going to have anything like this to entertain them.
You're right there.
Look at that.
Time to see what our feathered felons make of Rob and Dave's handiwork.
Right, guys, what do you think to this?
Chicken dinner is served. I particularly think the amuse-bouche will be an absolute delight.
So, what's the verdict? Well, it seems to be going down a treat.
Just like us, those 3 cockerels are going to have to stay at home for the time being, keep safe, look forward to brighter times ahead and stop the spread of bird flu.
And enjoy the veggie kebab.
Oh, they're loving it, look at them.
Yeah.